Hey, we are here at Microsoft Game Studios Spring Showcase for 2008, and I am sitting here with Cliffy B, Design Director of Epic. Hello, sir.
Hey man, honestly, I'm losing the Cliffy B.
Yeah?
It's just Cliff Bleszinski now. But Ricardo, I got a question. Like, what's up with Spencer and Lauren and Heidi and the whole deal here? I mean, it's just not cool that they're trying to destroy Lauren. Are you upset with this?
I'm cool if they both get taken out, but if you have a personal preference for one, that's cool too.
Just wondering, can we talk to some people and get the whole cast of the Hills to the Gears 2 launch event, and then get them like chainsawing each other, and they could like figure it out there?
Internet petition, people. But speaking of Gears 2,
Yes.
nice, huh? So we got to see the awesome second level of the game, and we really got a feel for the level of crazy you guys are jacking it up to. So explain to us before we go into that, did you expect the reaction that Gears got? Because, I mean, you guys pretty much became an adjective. And did you expect that reception, and were you kind of freaked out to follow it up?
Yeah, we were freaked the hell out, man. But it's been funny to watch my Google alerts since Gears hit, because I see so many other games hit, and then there's a like Gears award and blah blah blah, and I'm like, awesome. You know, it turns out that a lot of the assumptions that I had and the team had are things that people are following, and they're putting roadie runs in their games, and they're taking cover and putting blind fire and all that stuff in the game, and more power to them, man, as long as they come and use our engine.
So, as far as this level, I mean, it's a pretty good slice or a good taste of what you guys are doing. Tell us about how you improved on the gameplay that everybody fell in love with.
Well, we took cover-based gameplay and we put it on a giant truck barreling 50 miles an hour through a field of Bromax and hundreds of locusts, while that, you know, climb up onto the derrick, and choppers getting shot down, and nemesis mortars, and taking them hostage, and multiple executions, and expanded multiplayer modes, and bloodier and a deeper, darker storyline, and it's pretty much everything but the damn kitchen sink.
Tell us about where this level fits into the story. Kind of bring us up to date on what's been going on for Marcus and the boys, 'cause it seems like it's been a little rough.
Yeah, it's humanity's back being against the wall is a really unpleasant thing, and so the locusts are back. It's been about 6 months since the events of the first Gears, and we're right here on the cusp of winter. It's the last day of autumn, and the game starts off whereas Dominic Santiago, Marcus's best friend, has a lead on his wife. They have a lead on a Jane Doe, and so the first level they show up at a COG hospital searching for her. All hell breaks loose, and eventually they do wind up, of course, winding up on board this armored column that's headed towards Landown Burrow, where they have to strike back against the Locusts, because the Locusts have not only returned, they've returned stronger than ever and with a force that can sink entire cities. So their last safe location, which is Jacinto, is now threatened, because the Locusts can't tunnel underneath Jacinto. They can sure sink every city next to it, eventually punching it down so the entire city will collapse and humanity will be totally screwed. So we got to go back and strike back at the heart of the enemy, where they live, where they breed, and take them out once and for all.
So tell us about, what's the same and what's different. I mean, Active Reload, we're assuming, is back and better than ever. So what's familiar, what's going to be new for folks?
Well, Active Reload is, of course, back, and we use it in a lot of new and interesting ways. I can't go into too much detail about a lot of it, but one little thing that we did was, the Boltok, the Locust revolver, actually fires faster when you get a perfect Active Reload. There's certain weapons that have a better range when you get a perfect Active Reload. The tank that you have seen in some of the previous images, the Centaur, you actually get to drive that, and that has a bit of an active reload that does some cool stuff. And the cover system is better than ever. I think in Gears 1, it worked about 85-90% of the time as gamers wanted. Occasionally they get stuck in the wall and whatnot. We're going to iron out every last kink there and continue to have the best cover system in the industry, hands down. And, Roadie Run is slicker than ever. The co-ops drop in, drop out, multiple difficulty settings for co-op players, much more multiplayer modes, many more multiplayer maps, and just a huge, huge package that will hit, hopefully, like an 800-pound gorilla in November.
And experience, you'd say, is about the same or longer than the first one?
I can guarantee that the campaign will be longer than the first game.
And as far as DLC goes, do you guys see yourselves doing more of the multiplayer maps, or do you think maybe we'll get even more playable content?
We haven't really announced any plans as far as DLC goes. We love it, Microsoft loves it, the gamers love it, and figuring out a good compromise between giving things away for free and when to charge is also an ongoing challenge. But rest assured there will be stuff, but no real big announcements right now.
Same writers, same voice cast, because that's key for a lot of folks.
We do have the same voice cast, but we actually have a new writer. Susan O'Connor's schedule didn't work out so that she could continue working on the franchise. And so we have this very charismatic, enthusiastic writer named Josh Ortega, who has written, he's written books and graphic novels, and he's taken it to like a fish to water. And we think he's really continued with the spirit of the franchise while evolving it and maturing it slightly.
Very cool. Well, when's the next time we're going to see some stuff? Do we have to wait till E3, or are you going to wow us with something else?
There will be some things coming out once embargoes lift from some recent press events, but I think E3 is when we're going to see the next big splash.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. We will hopefully have you on our show at E3. I'll make you commit now. And, check back on the site because we're going to cover the hell out of this game.